afternoon. My name is Allison Freeman. I am currently a third-year health education student studying at Dalhousie University in Halifax. For the summer, I have been working with the Arthritis Society down on the St. FX Extension building in Sydney. With me today, I have two special guests, Mr. Larry Worthen, the Executive Director of the Arthritis Society for Nova Scotia, and Gail Rudderham, a leader of a fibromyalgia support group in the local Sydney area. With me now, I have Mr. Larry Worthen. He is the Executive Director of the Arthritis Society for Nova Scotia. Good afternoon, Larry.
Hi, Allison.
First, let's start off with you telling the audience a little bit about yourself and your present position with the Arthritis Society in Halifax.
Well, as Executive Director for the Arthritis Society in Nova Scotia, I have the pleasure of working with volunteers throughout the province who are working to help improve the quality of life for people with arthritis, as well as working with health professionals and other people to try to coordinate our efforts.
Great. I understand, Larry, that recently a public meeting was held in the local area. What exactly did you intend to accomplish with this meeting, and how was the response?
Well, our meeting was focused on providing arthritis information. Our guest speaker was Dr. Michael Igo, who is an internal medicine specialist who works in North Sydney, and he gave a very excellent presentation which was geared towards the lay public on arthritis, what it is, how it is treated, and then I spoke about the Arthritis Society, our plan for the province, and our plan for the local Cape Breton area. The response was fantastic. It was very gratifying. We had over 120 people participating, and we had about 25 people express interest in volunteering with the Society. We hope that from all of this interest and excitement that we've generated, we're going to be able to reinstate and develop a new local board for the Arthritis Society here in industrial Cape Breton.
Great. For those who did not attend the meeting, how might someone go about becoming involved with the Society?
I think the best way, if you're interested in being involved with the Society, would be to phone us here at our local office. The number is in the book. Or you could phone us at our 1-800 number, which is, the number is 1-800-565-2873. And please just give your name to us there, and we could follow up with you later.
Great. During the meeting, you had mentioned something about Nova Scotia's action plan. What specific objectives do you hope to accomplish in the industrial Cape Breton area?
Well, I think our most important objective is to develop again the local board and have that board coordinate some of the activities of the Society. The Arthritis Society's major focus is on research, and we have been given a grant of $150,000 this year to do research activities in the province of Nova Scotia. We're very pleased about that. In addition, we have local physiotherapists who provide in-home physiotherapy services to people who can't access these services at the hospital because they're unable to leave their homes. Right. Last year in Cape Breton, I believe we we made more than 4,000 visits in the community. But in addition to that, we've started some new programs, a program called the Arthritis Self-Management Program, which helps people with arthritis cope better with their ailment. We have 5 trainers now who are prepared to provide this program in September, and we hope to be able to have a couple of those programs running simultaneously and open them to people in the Cape Breton area who are interested in learning more about their arthritis and learning how to manage their arthritis in a better way. We have other programs that we're hoping to develop. We want to develop a speakers bureau. We want to organize a new fundraising activity here in Sydney this fall. And in addition, we want to provide greater support for the various support groups that are out there now and help expand the number of support groups in the Cape Breton area. As you can well imagine, it's a very ambitious plan, yes, and we're going to need a lot of support in terms of the volunteers in the community to be able to make the plan a reality.
Great. I understand that fundraising, as you mentioned, plays an integral role in the Society, and I heard that something was being planned for the Sydney area in the coming months. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, we're planning a fundraiser called the Jingle Bell Run for arthritis. This is a fundraiser that's been very successful in the United States and has had some success in Western Canada. We would like to implement it in Atlantic Canada, and we decided that Sydney would be a good place to start. So we are presently forming a local organizing committee to do the Jingle Bell Run, probably sometime in November this year in the Sydney area. It's a fun run. It's a run, a walk. People can go in wheelchairs, and the whole family can participate. We raise money by people making pledges to runners, and also by corporations buying different corporations supporting the event by coming as a theme entry, like for instance Santa Claus and the elves and that kind of thing. So we expect it's going to be a fantastic event. With the support that we received last night, I think that it's very, very certain that we'll be able to plan the event and that it will come off very successfully in November.
Great, that sounds like a lot of fun. Now that we've talked a little bit about how the society functions itself, could you tell us a little bit about arthritis as a disease and how it affects so many individuals in our community?
Well, arthritis has a very significant impact on our community in a number of ways. You viewers may or may not know that there are very high numbers of people with arthritis. We estimate that arthritis affects about 15% of the population, and that represents about 18,000 people in Cape Breton County. And there are various different types of arthritis. There are over 115 different types of arthritis, from osteoarthritis, which is more the wear and tear on joints, to more systemic or inflammatory arthritis like rheumatoid arthritis and other types that basically affect all of the body's immune system and cause a breakdown in the joints, to other types of arthritis that affect soft tissue like fibromyalgia. So arthritis is a very significant illness in terms of the numbers of people that are involved. But the impact is also dramatic for individuals. Often people, for instance, could be diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis at the age of 35, and that often cuts short careers. It affects families, it affects marriages, it affects parents' relationships with children, and it affects the whole community. Most people don't realize that arthritis and related disorders are the #1 reason that people see their doctors. So there are healthcare costs, and there are very significant costs for drugs and for treatment for arthritis as well. We estimate that the cost of arthritis, the social cost of arthritis in Canada in 1 year, represents the same as 1% of the gross domestic product, or $5 billion.
Oh, that's a large amount of money. Well, Larry, I would like to thank you very much for expressing your views on the Arthritis Society and letting people out there a little bit more aware of what we have to offer. We'll be back after this moment with Gail Rudderham, a leader of a fibromyalgia support group in a local area.
All right, everyone, that was a very good hero day. Tony, can I see you a minute?
Tony, the assignment was to write about a hero. I mean, the report on your mother is very good, but I was expecting you to pick a real hero, like the other kids did. Someone courageous, you know, someone people can really look up to.
Hi, is Tony ready?
It takes more than courage to cope with arthritis. It takes help from you.
With me now is Gail Rudderham. She is the leader of a fibromyalgia support group in the Sydney area. Good afternoon, Gail.
Good afternoon, Allison.
Firstly, could you tell our audience what exactly is fibromyalgia?
Yes, certainly. Fibromyalgia is a non-articular rheumatic disorder in the family of arthritic diseases. What that means is that it is an arthritic disease that does not involve the joints. It's a soft tissue rheumatism, a widespread chronic pain disorder that has numerous other symptoms involved in the syndrome.
Could you give us an approximation of how many people in the Sydney area might suffer from fibromyalgia?
Statistics tell us that 3 to 5% of the general population suffers from fibromyalgia. So with the population in the greater Cape Breton County area of 100,000, 5,000 people should suffer from some form of this disorder.
As I mentioned before, you are a leader of a local support group. What exactly is a support group?
A support group is an organization of people with fibromyalgia who come together to gather information on the condition and its possible treatment, and to provide emotional support for sufferers and their families.
With arthritis being so prevalent in Cape Breton County alone, do you feel that there is a need for support groups?
Yes, I do. I feel that there's a need for more support groups other than just fibromyalgia. I would like to see in the future support groups started for all types of arthritis, for osteoarthritis, for rheumatoid arthritis, for scleroderma, and other disorders.
And how might one get involved in a support group?
One could call the Arthritis Society's toll-free number and be advised if there is a support group for their type of arthritis in their local area, and if not, the Arthritis Society would be pleased to provide the help to start a support group if there is interest in an area. If someone is interested in joining the Sydney area fibromyalgia support group, they can phone me at my home number of 562-6558 anytime between 12 noon and midnight, because I don't get up in the mornings.
Great. Well, let's talk a bit about exactly what goes on during a meeting. How are they structured? How often are they held? And what's the number of your membership?
Okay, at present we have approximately 130 members. And by members, I mean people who have contacted us looking for information or who have attended one of our meetings. These would be people who have fibromyalgia. We meet once a month, the second Thursday of every month at 7:30 p.m. at the United Baptist Church in Sydney on the corner of Charlotte and Townsend Street. Our meetings start out with a 45-minute new member information session every month, and we encourage all people who've not attended meetings to come for the first 45 minutes, during which they'll receive an information package on fibromyalgia, what it is, what treatments are available, and where they can write for further information. And I'll try to answer questions or put them in touch with people who can answer questions. We then take a 15-minute break from 8:15 to 8:30 and then begin our meeting, which is attended by members who've been to more than one meeting and have ascertained their needs. For the next hour, we are involved in group discussions on various topics chosen by the members, or at times we may have guest speakers who specialize in areas of treatment.
Great. Well, it seems like the topic of discussion lately is the development of a new board in the Sydney area for the Arthritis Society. Gail, how do you feel about this development?
I think it will be very helpful for the people of Sydney area to have a local board for the Arthritis Society. A local board facilitates the provision of services to the people of the area in which they live, and it also provides opportunities for people in the Sydney area who are interested in arthritis or who have arthritis to help raise funds for the society and become involved in the provision of services.
Great. Well, I would like to thank you very much, Gail, for speaking with us today, and we'll be right back after this message.
All right, everyone, that was a very good hero day. Tony, can I see you a minute?
Tony, the assignment was to write about a hero. I mean, the report on your mother is very good, but I was expecting you to pick a real hero, like the other kids did, someone courageous, you know, someone people can really look up to.
Hi, is Tony ready?
It takes more than courage to cope with arthritis. It takes help from you.
I would like to thank my two special guests this afternoon, and for any of those out there who require further information about our fibromyalgia support group, you may call Gail Rudderham at this following number, 562-6558. And for those who require further information about the Society and what it has to offer, you may call our local office at 539-8080 or call toll-free in Halifax 1-800-565-2873.